Peace be upon you and God's mercy and blessings. God willing, in this video, we will talk about how to do it using the tool. We have an incredibly useful and convenient feature available here. You simply need to click right here on it. Of course, right now we haven't filled out the sheet yet, so that's why it gives you like a template that you can start filling in however you want. The most important thing in this sheet is the ID and the coordinates. How do we get the ID and the coordinates? First, we will go into the specific section called name. And before you actually click on it, please make sure that yours is currently open just like this. After you have successfully opened it, you should go directly to the tool and select it for the next step. It will open the CAD drawing for you and give you these to use. And the purpose of dividing your project into zones, if the project has 1 zone, 2 zones, 3 zones, you can divide it into as many zones as you want. And so you can export this information to an Excel sheet. So we will use the first command. Select the object. For me, my project is divided into 2 zones. You will select the first zone or before this step. Sorry, there is something important you need to do. Of course, you need to make sure that your entire project consists of a closed boundary like this. Whether it's a rectangle or a closed polyline, inside each one there must be the villa number. The villa number. Let's make it bigger like this. The villa number might be large like this. What is preferable for you to do? You should make it as small as possible, but this won't affect anything. You can make it even smaller than that, just to make sure that the villa number will always be present inside the boundary of the villa. So we'll do make ID. You'll select the first zone. My project is divided into 2 zones. This is the first zone I selected. It tells you to choose or write the zone number. I'll name it just as it's named here. For example, zone 1. Of course, after you finish, it will color it red for you. Anything that isn't colored, like this one here, these items weren't added because there's nothing inside them. If you want to add it, you add something inside whatever the item you want to add. The next step in the process is to carefully choose and select the second zone. You will need to do precisely the same set of actions and select the second zone accordingly and name it. Zone 2. It will then color it red for you. Anything that hasn't been colored or done yet. So you might want to go check it. Maybe the text isn't correct and so on. After you finish, what you do next, the second step is it will export the file for you. I am so sorry. Could we please try that just one more time? I'll close the file for you at this path, and then you go and open this path, and it will open the Excel sheet for you like this. What's in this Excel sheet? It contains the values we need. If you have other values, that's not a problem. Or you can take this data and process it. That's it. You start to see, you can use the marker and select a number and text to choose the zone. Is there any problem with this? That's it. The important thing is you'll write the number. Let's do it now. The villa number comes after the text after. Just like this. And the same thing for the zone. The command is text before. Of course, there are things that were done before in the Excel sheet. You can hide them, like the NA values. These are things I had named before, so don't worry about them. They shouldn't show up for you. So the important thing is, this is the villa number. Of course, there are two zones. So villa number 1 is present in every zone. And you can also choose text before and select the zone number. This doesn't really matter to us. I'll assume that they're all in one zone. As for the block number, if you want to add it, go ahead, there's no problem. The most important thing for me after you add it is, what do you have next? After this word, you leave it as it is and start adding whatever you want. It gets added in this specific format. First, you write the name you have, and then, for example, in the case of civil workers, you might actually have several different bands to consider. For the civil works, you write the category you need, regardless of whether it's civil, architect, or MEPI. You could, for example, create categories for the ground floor, first floor, or roof floor, depending on the division you need. I'll show you how the division will appear later, so it's up to you how you want to divide it. So you have civil works, and I'll write the activities related to the civil works. You have earthwork, concrete work, and then there are architectural works. Let's also add painting, for example. But instead of calling it electrical, let's call it, for example, first fix. And here we'll call the electrical works first fix. And this one we'll call second fix. It doesn't really matter. These names aren't important to me. And the architect is finishing. Let's call this architect, for example. Block, I'll do block work. And here, that's it. So you write down the division or whatever you want to work on. Yeah, I mean, for some things, for example, I could do it for you, or some people do it differently and so on. Whatever division you prefer. And you start assigning them. I'll just give them all a value of 1, just to save time. And apart from these things, for example, let's set it to 0. It is as simple as that. After you have finished the task, you just need to click the button once again. It will start drawing your project like this. Now, what do you notice here? Of course, you can hide this from here or show it. Yes, you can change the font of the number, the font of the villa number. You can make it bigger, smaller, or even hide or show it if you want. You can also filter by a single zone or by the blocks you want. And from here, you can work on any number you want. This is regarding the panel on the side. Now, up here at the top, for example, what is being displayed? It tells you what is currently shown, the civil band, the works, and this is its legend. You might say, well, I don't want this, I want the concrete. You'll notice, why is that? The coloring has changed for you. You can come and select, for example, or as you like. And also the electrical, as you heard, I had set everything at a rate of 100%. That's why you don't feel any difference. But it all depends on what you enter. It should appear for you as you work from here. In this way, it appears to you like this. Alternatively, you can easily apply this specific technique directly to your own creative project. Indeed, as you work, it appears with you in the layer. Let's, for example, try to change it so that absolutely everything is set back to 0, just so you can clearly see the visual difference for yourself. Then, once we have done that, we will go ahead and do it all over again. You'll find block work at 100% and plaster at 0% because we don't want any selection. You are now able to perform the full rotation maneuver. Press the Control key while using the left mouse button. And this is to select the layout.